Jay, and welcome back to my Tech Vault. And today we've got ourselves a nice little yard sale haul. So unlike most people, there's a lot of people out on YouTube that will do shopping hauls and lovely little things. I like to show off everything I get from yard selling every Saturday. And here's the collection of stuff that I've gotten here. Now, keep in mind this is a full system. I've fixed and I've added a few things. I've added a cooler, some RAM, and a hard drive, so that was not included in this whole little thing. But besides that, everything in the system was also purchased along with this stuff. And the overall price for this, by the way, was 25 bucks. Now you're going, wow, that's pretty good. What does it have? Well, surprisingly, the 650 watt gold power supply it's a full set. It was 15 bucks. I was like, okay, that was the most expensive part of the whole thing. Not the 600 watt gold power supply modular. This is modular and this is modular, or not the 1000 watt modular power supply either. No, that was the most expensive. Okay, I'm not going to argue. So I went through. This is a GTX 580 or 570. Sorry, 570. It's a 3-slot card. It's pretty beefy. Got a back plate. It's got, I think, a gig of GDDR5. So it's a pretty decent card if you want to do low-end budget gaming. It's about maybe equivalent of a 1050, a little less than a 1050. So that's kind of what you're looking at for a 1050. This is a Radeon HD 5830. That's okay. That's not really going to be, that might get put in a budget system as well, and I'll sell it back off and get some money from that. And then this is the 1000 watt power supply. This is what was actually, I don't know if you guys can see this, this is what was actually down in the system originally. This case, that was all free actually, and so was the motherboard and processor. So this is the prime stuff right here. So this is like the cream of the crop. I was able to build a full system out of this. So, oh, and I did add a Wi-Fi card as well, so that's also added. But this is going to be a future video about I don't even know if this is going to be $25. I might just put $25 because everything else here, I could probably sell everything here and make like 3 times the money back. So in the system, I've got an i5 3750K, and that is overclocked to 4.2 gigahertz. I have 8 gigabytes of DDR3 1600. Obviously, I put that in there though, but the reason why I put it in there is because this motherboard is great for overclocking, so I actually got the RAM running at the right speed. The graphics card is a Radeon 270 with 2 gigabytes of GDDR5. And then I've also got a 450 watt power supply. Also, the power supply was added because that was from another thing. I helped someone put a new power supply in, and they let me have that, so that's what I basically am using that for. But overall, this is 25 bucks. So 1000 watts is what this is, and this is actually quite big, and so case restrictions may not actually allow it. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it's semi-modular, and of course it's huge, but it is 1000 watts. I don't know how you guys can see that on the side. It's Antec CP1000. I would actually think that this would be something quite interesting, but this is a GTX, as I said, 570, and honestly, it's huge. It's a huge graphics card, but compared to the Radeon 270, it's much better. So that's why it's in the system. So I'm basically going to be making a separate video about this system right here. It looks really, really nice. Like, it's for 25 bucks. That thing is insane on like what you can get for it. Like, that's pretty impressive. So overall, everything here, when I did the math, it was probably worth somewhere around $560 to a little over $600. The graphics card was like all 3 of these came with this in the ZCS bundle. I don't even know if I'm going to use this because this is an Athlon. It's running DDR2 actually. So I don't know if I'm going to use that. But the biggest surprise for me is when the guy told me he was giving me stuff, and he had some extra stuff that he didn't have out at the yard sale. He was like, yeah, I have this motherboard and processor, and there was actually RAM in the system, but I have a feeling that might have been the problem. But he basically was like, yeah, so the system itself, it doesn't run, like the motherboard's broken or whatever. And I'm like, okay, well, I mean, heck, I'll try it. I'll figure out what's wrong with it. Okay, I'll give it a shot. And I go through and I do that. And, you know, he takes out the RAM and he's like, okay, so I'm walking and I'm looking this out, and I get home, and I start plugging things in, and it turns on fine. So does that mean that the RAM he took out that he wanted to resell was bad? I don't know. But this is pretty dang impressive. I was kind of happy with how this is. And I turned this up in the system boost and everything, so this case is really nice as well. I like that. But yeah, I ended up using all this, and it's pretty dang impressive for everything. I'm going to use these power supplies. I have plenty of power supplies now. I got 3 power supplies, I think. Yeah, 3 power supplies, because these all 3 came with it. 3 graphics cards, 1 motherboard CPU, 1 case. I mean, that's a pretty nice system right there. So I'll throw some of these graphics cards in there, get something nice out of it, and make a couple videos out of this. And for 25 bucks, I mean, I'll probably resell this and I'll be fine. I'm going to make my money back. But yeah, so check out the video on the budget PC. That will be $25 PC, because I can't even say, like, I can't even. So this was 15. So this 15 right here. So everything else here has to be $10. So if this is $15 and everything else here is $10, does that really mean that's a $10 gaming PC? Like, I don't know. It's just the price is like getting to the point where, like, I didn't even believe it. So it will be very interesting when that video comes out. But yeah, I'm going to get started on that video as well. I've been doing a little time lapse of building the system right here. But thank you very much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed today's video. There'll be a lot of videos coming out, really interesting stuff. This system is quite impressive. Over the $30 gaming PC, this is definitely much more powerful. It runs games much more better, and it's pretty dang impressive. So the $30 gaming PC is now getting one up by the $10 gaming PC with more performance. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and as always, check out my channel for other cool budget builds, etc. And as always, goodbye.